yield back.
Thank you. Now I'd like to recognize the gentlelady from New York, Ms. Hochul, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We're talking about personal notification systems, Mr. Administrator, how you can give information to the public. What troubles me in this century is that the public is not able to send a 911 text messaging to public safety dispatchers. Whether it's in a natural disaster, whether it's a situation we had at Virginia Tech, where there were children, young students in a lockdown situation, and they're sending 911 messages to out there on their cell phones, believing fully that they're going to be heard, and we don't have the capability. I find that to be a national embarrassment personally, and I'm not casting any discourage, any blame. I'm just saying, how do we solve that? And when I'm talking to people at FCC, sometimes they'll say it's going on over Homeland Security. Homeland Security might say it's FCC. What's preventing us from doing that? Because I think that's something that, there's a generation, probably from my age on down or lower than me down, where the expectation is that when they send 911 on a cell phone, it's going to be received by somebody who's in a position to help them. And very sadly, that is not the case in America today.
I'm going to ask my staff to give the FCC to respond back in writing, because I share your concerns. I know that the FCC has been working on what they call Next Generation 911, and they've been looking at some pilot programs of how you can start taking in text messaging and other types of social media. One of the challenges is the system was never designed with that as this technology has come on board. So I know the FCC has been looking at preliminary rulemaking. They're looking at several pilots. And I will ask my staff to work with the FCC so we'll respond jointly back to you what they're looking at in the next generation of 911, which they're anticipating. How do you adapt to the known, but also emerging technologies that we may not quite understand? Again, it's a common idea, and I think you pointed very well. We have to adapt the way the public communicates, not necessarily force them into the legacy systems. And so that's been one of the challenges as we move forward.
I appreciate your attention to that, and I would urge that you make that a major priority, because in natural disasters or in lockdown situations or any time that our public needs help, they're assuming that they're reaching us. And we had a situation where gunshots were fired in one of my suburban high schools outside Rochester. 50 kids sent 911 messages, and they thought they were received. So I would like this to be a major priority, because I think it could be a tremendous help. If you're talking about pilot programs, I'll sign up right now. I've sat down with many of my public safety dispatch operations throughout my 7 counties, and they're ready to do it. They just need the resources to get it going. But